If you've been on the fence about solo traveling, get ready because in this video, I'm going to convince you to do it. About a year ago, I decided to start solo traveling. It was actually my New Year's resolution for 2018, and it was New Year's Eve 2017 turning 2018 that I was sitting on this couch and I had an epiphany that has changed my life. So today in this video, I'm going to walk you guys through the backstory, how I came to this epiphany, and hopefully it will help some of you have a similar realization. So starting from the beginning, my entire life, I have had this vision, this alternate reality that I can see where I'm out traveling the world and exploring and being very adventurous. And I've always had this someday in my head. Well, someday I'll go do that, as I feel like most people do with their dreams. And my biggest excuse for not going and doing those things was that I didn't have somebody with the same time off and flexibility to go do them all with me. I am in a relationship and my fiance and I do take probably 1 or 2, sometimes 3 trips a year together, depending on how long the trips are or how big the trips are. So we do travel together, but I was really looking to do more. And for those of you watching who clicked on this video because you obviously want to travel more, I think we've probably all experienced the same thing where the further you get into your 20s or your 30s, everybody in your circle is busy or committed to things. People have different work commitments, different time off availability. Everyone's kind of building their lives. Like you talk to a friend and they're like, oh yeah, we just bought a house, so we're renovating the kitchen, or surprise, we're having a baby, so travel really isn't on the table right now. Everybody has their own stuff going on. The chances of your partner, your friend, your relative, whoever having the same time off, the same budget, the same desire to go to the same place, all of those things lining up is harder to come by. So last New Year's Eve, I was sitting here on my laptop and I was again thinking about what I wanted out of a new year and how I've always dreamt of doing all of this travel. And I was looking at all of the places that I want to go, and I decided to just I should start a Word document with just all of the different trips I want to do. So I pulled up a Word document and I just started typing, and within a few minutes, I had probably 40 places on this list, which that sounds like a lot, but try doing this and you will get up to 40 places really quickly. And this is when the epiphany happened. I looked at this list of all of these places that I want to see, and I did the math in my head, and I realized that even if my partner and I averaged 1 trip a year to each of these destinations, it would take 40 years to see them all. I would be nearly 70 years old. Now, I'm not saying nearly 70 years old is like you can't travel anymore. A lot of people travel through their retirement, and I hope that I'm still traveling at that age. But that's if we manage to average 1 trip a year, which I think is extremely unrealistic if in the future we decide to have kids, you get busy with all of that kind of stuff. And that's when it hit me. If I do not go to these places by myself, I will never go at all. That line unlocked a door in my brain to a room that has always been there and I didn't realize it. Someday, if I'm lucky, I will be sitting down and I'll be 95 years old, and I don't want to look at this list and realize I didn't see some of these places because I was waiting on somebody to go with me. And ever since I started solo traveling, I've received so many messages from other women who are in kind of a similar situation as I am, where they say that their husband or their partner's work schedule is different or it's much more rigid than theirs. So they have a little more flexibility and they want to go travel, but their partner can't go with them, but they're nervous about solo traveling. So for those of you who are interested in traveling more and you want to see a lot of places, ask yourself, would I rather go alone or never go at all? Because unless you plan on completely changing your lifestyle, which would be amazing, you could sell everything you own and go backpack the world, you could quit your job and sign up to be a tour guide in Southeast Asia or something, I don't know. But unless you're planning on doing just a completely different thing with your life, the realistic question isn't how am I going to see 40 places with other people, because it's really difficult to make happen unless you are one of those people that magically has a whole bunch of friends who are also super into traveling and are flexible and want to go do all of that stuff. I just could not recommend solo traveling more, and I have tons of places that I want to go. So when planning my solo travels, I try to pick the places that I'm not super fussed about seeing with another person. I still have a list of like trips that I want to take with my partner because they're more romantic trips or they're just places I want to experience with somebody. But there are a lot of places in the world that are just cities I want to walk around and explore, and I don't really need somebody with me to go do that and to enjoy that. And a lot of those places are in regions that are pretty safe to travel through anyway, so I don't feel nervous about traveling by myself through them, where I do have a couple of places I'd like to go, but I'm like, I think I'd probably want to go with somebody else. So that is why I started solo traveling, and it's one of the best decisions I have ever made. So I guess really the moral of my story is, whether you're interested in solo traveling or there's something else you've been dreaming of doing with your life, a lot of the time, the person who's really holding you back is yourself. I hope this video has been beneficial to somebody who has watched this. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more solo travel related videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.